Aquarius Sun, Moon, and Rising, and welcome to your reading on the transits of the nodes, the great shift that has gone on. I'm sure you guys have felt the shift in energy. As you notice on the introduction, yes, I have readings and crystals available on the Mystic Hawk. You can get to all my YouTube channels, Mystic Hawk Crystals, all the TikTok channels and everything from themystichawk.com. Check it out. It's ready to go there. So, and more crystals to come as well. That's just the beginning of the crystal store. You can shop both on Etsy and at my website, whichever makes you more comfortable. All right, people. So, yes, the big story going on right now. Your planet has just gone direct. Uranus has gone direct. Happy solar return, by the way. Happy birthday. And your planet's going direct. I bet everything is feeling so much better about right now for a lot of you Aquariuses out there. This being January 21st, 2022. These readings, all my readings are timeless. This one does predominantly cover about the first within the next 18 months. That would be the node shifted on let's say January, 2 days ago. That was January 19th. This is 2022, and they will shift into Aries and Libra. That would be on July 17th of 2023. Again, a year and a half of this going on, of this new energy, this refreshing new energy. Anything from the last 18 months is going to be refreshing, right, for all of us. Now, how that affects you. So the North Node is going into Taurus, and that is going to be in your fourth house of home and family, the house of the mother. Also the house of your tribe. Putting down roots. It's about having a safe, secure place. You came out of the fifth house. That's when the nodes were in Gemini and Sagittarius. So the North Node was in your fifth house. And that was more of a fun, creative, casual dating, maybe some casual sex going on, just more casual situations and fun being had. And now that's leading into the fourth house, again, returning to the roots, returning to mother, could be even returning to mother's home. Or your mother could be moving in with you, depending on your stage in life, where everything is. Your mother may need you to come back home. Even if it's not that, it's about returning home to your roots and really focusing on having some kind of stability there. And that really resonates, as Taurus is your planet. Uranus is in Taurus right now. It's a fellow fixed sign. So it can square up with you a little bit there. And Taurus is also in the North Node. So the squaring energy can feel a little bit more challengingly. Interestingly enough, the card that I picked two cards, one medicine card and one Ancestor Speaks card for each node. And interestingly enough, the Salmon is like going uphill. So it's kind of like that squaring, having to go upstream. So it's very challenging, that kind of flowing into that energy. But it's also following your inner knowing, your Mercury's retrograde still. Following that intuition, that inner knowing, and getting into the flow of things, and the flow is bringing you back home. Now, the South Node just moved from Sagittarius into Scorpio, so that's all of that deep, intense energy. The truth is bubbling up to the surface. For a lot of us, our shadows, that's where all the karma is, the shadow. It's hitting your 10th house in your career and social status, the house of the father. Of course, the North Node's in the house of the mother. This is the house of the father. So a lot of things perhaps even deep hidden things in the subconscious that came from your relationship with your father. And this could also be around a family business, if you guys had to take over a family business and follow in the footsteps of father, and now you're wanting to be more free of that situation. Again, that you could have found yourself in a career or a workspace that maybe had a boss or someone with some similar energy of the father. It could be great, but what I'm feeling is you've outgrown it. It's time to let it go. It's the outmoded path. It's from the old world, and it's no longer working, and it's not going to last. So it would be best, if you haven't already let go of the old career, there's definitely a transition. Some of you just simply could be retiring. It just depends on what stage of life you're in. I definitely feel, regardless, a lot of you are considering moving to more of a home-based business, perhaps being an entrepreneur, doing, maybe counseling, or what is that word I'm looking for? What is that word? Blank. Great. I love it when Mercury goes retrograde. Anyway, moving on. That's coming out of the 11th house that you were letting go of in the South Node in Sagittarius, of friends, your social circle, your groups. So your social circle groups may be tied up with your business. Consulting, that's what I was looking for. Instead of counseling, it was consulting. I knew it was something like that. So even you're moving into a place where, the old groups of people, there could have been, during these times of great change that we've been in over the last couple of years, there's been a lot of division, a lot of people going on one side of the fence or the other, and you may have found yourself in the situation where you were, one of few or the only one on this side of the fence, and everybody else was over there. And once upon a time, you were a great cohesive group that was all there for one singular purpose. But, now with all the stuff that has gone on with the Sagittarius South Node and the Pluto and Capricorn, all this Capricornian controlling energy, I don't know, I don't want to say too much, but you know what I mean. It caused a division, and you found yourself on one side or the other within that social situation, your work group, and then it kind of bled over to the work group. They're probably one of the same for a lot of you. Okay, so moving on. So the salmon, yes, that is like swimming upstream, trying to get back home. And that is about getting back into nature. So I feel a lot of you are wanting to move away from a city or more of that rat race situation and getting back to the basics, getting back to nature. Some of you may be very interested in going into those intentional communities, maybe tiny house communities, definitely scaling down. What does home mean? It's about being around. I'm saying community because you guys are the humanitarians. This is the age of Aquarius. And looking into pooling resources together, really looking at doing business and home and everything in a very different, more collective kind of way, and moving out of that draconian, everybody out for themselves rat race situation. Of course, it's not working anymore. And definitely you guys are going to be the forerunners in this situation. So you may be one of the first to go out there or be a part of the first group to go and start this community. Could be that you're going to one already built, but then again, I'm seeing you as the visionaries of, I'm seeing something coming, so I'm already going to make these moves to put it into place. You've been thinking about it for the entirety of the last year and a half with everything going on. You've been seeing the writing on the wall, and now it's time to take action. No more thinking about it. It's time to put those plans into action. The Ancestor Speaks card that we have for the South Node, this is again in Scorpio, it's about finding your voice. So giving voice to perhaps some of these hidden things within yourself, these hidden parts of yourself that never was allowed to come out. It's not always bad stuff, not always shadow work. Sometimes our shadow is holding some amazing treasures for us. We just kind of have to wade through the shit in order to get to the treasures, you know. Just like when I dig crystals, I have to dig through a lot of mud. And if you look at my pictures on my website, you'll see that the crystals are all mucky and muddy until I wash them off, and voila, treasure. So it is about having to get all that mud and clear out that excess energy that came along with it. So let's see what the tarot cards have to say to this situation and what's going on in general. Again, keep in mind these are general readings. They may or may not resonate with all of you. And of course, I do have personal readings available at all different price levels and styles of reading. The live readings are the most fun. That's where the ancestors come through the most. They kind of sort of do come through on the recorded readings, but with your energy present with me in the same time, they definitely kick in during that time. And with the live readings, you do get a free crystal. If you're living in the United States, I'll ship a free crystal to you. I wish I could do that for the international people. I really do, but you know, it cost me an arm and a leg just to ship it to you, and we don't even know if it's actually going to get to you. Didn't you see that stuff? I don't know if any of you saw the train tracks there in California where the train was stopped down there in downtown Los Angeles, and they just went into those containers. It was full of all kind of stuff from UPS and the Postal Service, and there were boxes and stuff just littered. They just looted those trains, so it may not even get to you, right? Okay, very interesting. A little aside, something I saw in the news. I don't often watch the news, but that was kind of interesting. So, okay, Aquarius. This is from the Wild and Unknown Tarot, because we're going into wild and unknown territory, aren't we now? Shifting gears into those new node signs. Having that fixed sign. It's going to be all about work, work, work. Whatever this home situation is for you guys, it's going to require some work, but it's not going to feel as bad as, say, the energy did. Okay, everything's being upside down, so that means I flip them all around. Everybody does how they do. I like reading things upright, especially this wild and unknown, because they're very symbolic. They have pictures in them, but they don't have as much detail as the others. So these are more intuitive cards. Let's see. Looks like the 7 of Wands. Okay, yeah, the 7 of Wands, 7 of Cups, 8 of Cups, 9 of Cups. Okay, you're going to get your wish because you stood your ground, and definitely going to get your wish in this situation. Eight of Wands, going to have some messages come to you very quickly. Father of Cups and Daughter of Cups. Okay, so what I'm seeing here is you stood your ground, and I really feel like you stood your ground in some kind of situation, because I forgot to hit on the Jaguar. The Jaguar is about integrity and impeccability and not allowing yourself to be manipulated by people trying to get you to do something that's for their gain. Being around very manipulative people, I do see the work environment having that level of manipulation going on, that probably maybe their business practices. Again, you found yourself on the other side of the fence, maybe not in the national or world politics, but definitely somewhere in the belief system there was a line drawn in the sand as something around integrity. You stood your ground in a situation, and you got your wish, whatever that is. You know, Uranus can be very like more of a tower moment, that electric aha kind of moment, and if this hasn't happened, you know, this may not have happened yet, but it looks like you're going to get your wish in some situation, and find some very rapid and quick movement, some communication. It could be, again, going into more of an internet-based business that will bring you into a space that's more the Father of Cups. You could be connecting up with someone that is the Father of Cups, which is like the King of Cups. He is the King of Cups. That is Cancer, Pisces, and Scorpio. But what I'm feeling right now is it's more about you, that inner knowing, going into that intuitive side of you, like you have to do in the Salmon, and wanting to return home. And there's the Daughter of Cups. Again, that home and family, coming out of that fifth house of fun, creativity, casual sex into more serious relationships. Could be a little bambino or a bambina coming along in the situation. Might be born in as a water sign, as a Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio, or you already have a child. This could also be a message of love that some of you are receiving from a Father of Cups about a situation, about returning home. And that is a returning home to yourself, or actually picking up and moving there. But I really do, again, feel like it's returning home to yourself. And as you're getting back into nature, you're finding your voice, being able to express your feelings and your deepest desires. Again, that it connects with the 10th house. So there's something you really need to say to the people on the way out as you're leaving the workspace or leaving that particular career and moving to in a different area, or at least a different job, a different company for sure. You know, there's so many. This is a general reading. There's a lot of different Aquarius out there. Your rising sign can be different. Again, also watch these for your rising sign, especially for the moon's nodes, because I am going along assuming you're like Aquarius rising. So you also want to watch your rising sign, because the moon nodes really affect those. This is, you know, in general. So, okay, so what else do we have for Aquarius, sun, moon, and rising? I keep hearing, I feel the earth move under my feet. I feel the walls tumbling down, crumbling down. So yeah, definitely that tower moment. But you may be the one to bring the tower to this situation. So you see, there's that lightning there, and that 8 of Wands. You know, that quick moving communication. You might have decided to even break up with your workplace via text, email. You know what I mean? Oh, here, I'm working from home. Beep, beep, beep. You know, I don't. Take this job and shove it. Burn, burn, burn. I ain't working here no more. That's kind of what I'm feeling. It's time to go back home, go back to Mother Nature, get back to the basics. I'm going to find my voice, sit outside and sing to the mountains. Yeah, Judgment Day. That's Archangel Gabriel. That's that Phoenix energy, you know, rebirth, the feeling the call to a new life, and time to move on. Tired of this competition, this backbiting, fighting petty energy that you've been dealing with. There's that 6 of Wands, that victory. Yeah, definitely going to have a victory over the situation, making plans. Look at all this fire, all this wand. This is like creative energy. That pulling over that you know, there's still an integration period as we're bleeding over from that fun creativity. So all that creativity and ideas that you had during the Gemini, it was really hard to catch all those ideas, and with all that Neptunian energy, it was so hard for any of us to get a clear path, to get some traction on that clear path. But now you're getting traction, and that's taken off. I do see some love coming up. So yeah, there might have been one of them special boos from all those different boos that you were seeing over the last year and a half or so. One of them shown above the rest, and that might be the one you're choosing to settle down with. Let's see, what's that? 7 of Pentacles. So the 7 of Pentacles is reversed. The waiting time is over. Whatever you're waiting on, the time is over. There's the Father of Swords again. It's another masculine energy. That's air sign. That's probably you, Aquarius. That's that masculine air sign. You are in your element and you're ready to take charge. You have investigated the situation. You have matured quite a bit over these last couple of years, and you're ready to take the reins and step it up, especially in the business, especially home and family. Definitely step it up in home and family, even if that means having to sacrifice all that work you've been doing. That's that the 7 of Swords reversed. Yeah, that's that uncovering that deception that was happening around the workplace. Big time. You know, somebody was being shady. I don't know if it was you. I'm not thinking so. I'm thinking you're dealing with some shady people. Could have been another air sign. That would be Gemini, Libra, or another Aquarian. Or it could be a Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. They do look to be male or masculine energy. But then again, gender is kind of fluid in the tarot. Let's see, we do have the Ten of Swords. It is reversed. It is time to let go of it and really help your ego to let go of the bruising, because I really think that you feel very betrayed in this situation. Some of you feel betrayed, and it could be somebody that was a friend at work that you really thought you could count on, and it left you feeling kind of that Four of Cups of all these things that were coming along are meh. Again, if this hasn't happened yet, it hasn't happened. It doesn't mean it's not going to happen. This reading covers about the energies for the next year and a half. This could be happening like this month, next month, 6 months from now, or a year from now. We don't know, but this is the energy that the stage is setting. So I'm helping you to be prepared. Already start thinking about what else you're going to do for your career, because it's time to let the old one go. K2's gonna poop it out, right? And it's time to focus on your destiny point here. If you want to work with your future self, this is my quantum field card. You want to focus on your future selves. Pick one, any of them. At the top part, that's the part that goes with the north node. The lower part here, that's the south node. That, if you choose your career over home, you're going to end up in some really karmic situations, and it's not going to end well by the end of this 18-month period. So home is where the heart is. Follow the heart home. Again, there's strength. That was the Lion Leo card. You may feel like you don't have a lot of strength. I feel that this last phase really wore you out. And again, a lot of these up here were reversed. Is maybe you didn't get your wish, but you got your deepest wish. The deepest wish was to be free from all the bullshit that was happening in the career sector, and maybe part of you were wishing for a job, but you didn't get it, but it was like a blessing in disguise. So if you didn't get something you were wishing for, it's a blessing in disguise, and that is actually your higher self getting its wish. You just never know. The universe can be weird. Let's say 3 or 4 more cards for Aquarius, please. The Mother of Pentacles. There we go. That's the homebody. That's Taurus. That's the Empress. That's Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn female. Look at there. She has a little bambino with her. Bambino. So I do feel some babies coming for some of you Aquarius people. Not everybody. Now don't freak out. But again, you might want to be extra protective if that's something you do not want in your life, because I do see that as a possibility. That might even be why the career, for some of you female expecting mothers out there, Aquarians, you may have decided that no, I'm not going to risk it going out into the workforce with and having a little one on the way. I'm going to stay home. We'll figure out how to make it work, right? Okay. More wands. Oh, that's the 7 of wands. Okay. Okay, the 7 of wands. The other one was the 9 of wands. Yeah, I'm definitely feeling overworked and taxed. I mean, you just been burning the midnight oil and everything. There is a victory. Again, a victory is coming. I haven't used these cards in a while, so I've kind of forgotten which are which. Again, they're not real obvious. More wands. My goodness, wands. I mean, career, creativity. That is really big, I think, on the way out, but also, being creative with building a home situation. Again, this is the 4 of wands. That's all about home. That's all about home and feeling victory where home is. The ships coming in. These were reversed, so there may be a little delay in getting to the home situation. Again, things are still up in the air. It's going to be, again, it's an uphill battle. This is the salmon trying to swim upstream. Getting home may not be as easy as things were for you in the past. It will be challenges to roll up your sleeves, actual physical work. You may actually have to do some labor on the house, or even if you're not someone that does any kind of labor on the house, a lot of challenges finding workers that can do this, because they're still backlogged with all the work that they had. I know for a fact, and I actually have, being a landscaper, and I do painting as well, stuff like that on the side. It's in high demand. It's really hard to find help, and so it may be a challenge to find somebody to show up in a timely manner to get things done around the house. You may have to learn to be a do-it-yourselfer if you're going to get it done anytime soon. So again, it's work. It's going to be an uphill battle. It might be one thing after another, but don't give up. You're going to have plenty of fire, plenty of energy, and plenty of motivation to do that. And again, I'm feeling some of you may have a little one on the way, and that definitely will be the motivation of being a new mom or dad, or for another time over. I'm feeling some of you already have some grown up, and here comes that late life baby. So you be careful, y'all. I don't care if you got gray hair like I do. Be careful. If everything still works for both of you, if mama hadn't gone through that change of life for sure, you might want to use protection. I'm just saying, it happened to my cousin, 43 years old. She thought she was done. Oh no. Oh no. Already had grandchildren. So it can happen. All right. Wasn't ready for that either. Oh shit. I mean, it's wonderful now, but oh shit. There we go. This is for the love life, because this is love season. There's a lot of Venus in the air. It says express your love. Yes, definitely find your voice to express your love. There is somebody really, really special, and it's going to happen very soon. So I do see love, some of that romance and that fun that you were having in the previous 18 months, some of it may become a little, more serious. If nothing else, moving in together. I'm thinking of maybe even buying a house, making something a little more permanent. If you're not interested in the traditional marriage, you might start out with the moving in, but definitely it's about expressing your love. You do have some love coming. It's love and creativity and children. Of course, that fifth house is also about children. If you may have had your children, if you're already, have grown children, they may have moved back in. They moved out for a while, they moved back in, now they're moving back out, and you're getting your home back, right? Yeah, I got my home back. It's like having a whole new home again with all the kids and the grandkids. It was wonderful, but it was a little tight in there during the lockdowns and everything. Everybody up and, whew, let's get out of here. Okay, right? But definitely, I feel like a lot of you are looking to move away, definitely moving away from that career over the next 18 months, and wanting that spark of creativity. I mean, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 of 10 wands. So it's definitely very fiery energy, very inspired energy, a call to a new life. Definitely getting your wish and having to stand your ground in a situation, and coming past a little bit of a betrayal, somebody being sneaky snake. I do see that. I really feel like that's a boss at work. But the thing to look forward to is going home with your new boo, the new family. I do see you having a partner to create this with, for most of you. And if it's not an actual love partner, it could be the partner of that intentional community we were talking about, because the community all gets together and everybody helps everybody out in that situation, helps people get settled, and creating that tiny house. It takes a lot of creative energy to come up with to move from a 3 or 4 bedroom house into, like a 600 square foot tiny house. What? or even smaller. Some of them you have to know how to do the storage and really pare your self down and say, what do I need? I do feel a lot of you bringing your material goods down. Maybe you're not making as much money if you decide to leave that career. You do definitely need to scale down, downsize, as they say. But then you find out you really didn't need or want all that stuff. You perhaps weren't even the one attached to it in the first place, right? So let's see. I just want to make sure this was recording because speaking of being attached, I'm attached to having sound on here. Yes, it is recording. So, all right. Aquarius, there you go. That looks like it's going to be a pretty good little while, even though you're having these, the Scorpios squaring you and Taurus, it's going to be challenging with home and career. The 4th and 10th houses are always challenges. It's going to be a lot of work, but it's only going to last for about 18 months, and you're going to really have something to show for it in the end if you put your back into it. And I know you're going to, Aquarius. So there you go. Thank you for liking, sharing, subscribing, and thank you for being a ride or die if you made it this far. Love you, love you, love you. All right. Sweet dreams, Aquarius Dreamers, and happy birthday again. Bye-bye now.